I would like to say before we get into this video, it was a very, very short one, and I'm sorry about that. My camera was legit about to die as soon as I was filming it, so yeah, I needed to be as quick as possible before my camera died. I apologize, guys. G'day guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be going over my round 2 tips and predictions, and also going over my round 1 tips and predictions. Before we get into the video, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's just get straight into the video. Starting off by doing a little quick recap over round 1. We got a total score of, I believe, 5 out of 9. We got our Carlton tip incorrect to Richmond, which Richmond pulled up off an amazing upset. What about that? Lawler's an absolute gun. We got our Hawthorn tip correct against Essendon. We incorrectly tipped Fremantle over Geelong, which, to be honest, now that I look back on it, it was a dumb decision going Fremantle. We got Brisbane correct. We got North incorrect. North had a chance at winning against the Bulldogs, but Bulldogs pulled it off in the end. Collingwood absolutely flogged Port Adelaide. Adelaide absolutely flogged St Kilda. GWS winning in a 3-point thriller against the D's, and West Coast just playing an absolute embarrassing brand of footy against the Gold Coast Suns. Now let's move on straight to the round 2 tips and predictions. Alright, starting on the Thursday, 20th of March, we have Carlton taking on Hawthorn at the MCG. Carlton, what a bad performance they had against Richmond the other day. It was very, very poor, very, very bad by them. Hawthorn, very, very great performance by them against Essendon. Honestly, it's kind of a no-brainer which one you should pick, especially how both clubs are doing at the moment. Well, Carlton just lost to who was supposed to not win a game this year. Hawthorn have gone 2-0 so far. Surely Hawthorn can go 3-0 if I'm being dead honest, to be honest. We're going to go Hawthorn to win this game. Hawthorn should win 3-0 for Hawthorn. Carlton, they're just starting their season very, very poor. They got a couple of injuries, but it's very, very unacceptable for the performance they gave against Richmond last week. So yeah, we're going to have to go Hawthorn, and we're going to go Hawthorn by 17 points. Alrighty, now on the Friday, 21st of March at the MCG, we have Western Bulldogs taking on Collingwood. Now, both clubs playing very, very good brands of footy. Western Bulldogs only just getting over by North, but let's be real, North are going to have an absolute outstanding season this year. Definitely going to have a rise up the ladder, especially if you can tell from against Western Bulldogs, they put up a massive, massive fight against Western Bulldogs, which usually you would not see from a team like North. Collingwood absolutely flogged Port Adelaide, and Port Adelaide are now sitting at the bottom of the ladder. Possible chance for the Wooden Spooners. It's at the MCG, so the Collingwood fans would rack in at the MCG more than Western Bulldogs fans would. So I reckon that just has to make me go Collingwood. I feel like Collingwood is just a very, very underrated side, especially at the MCG, and the Collingwood fans would definitely show up in the MCG because obviously Collingwood, bigger fan base. So yeah, I feel like it's a no-brainer to go Collingwood here. I feel like Collingwood are going to have a sensational season, and it's good to start their season off at least 2-1. Alrighty, moving on to the Saturday games. First game at the MCG, Essendon taking on Adelaide. Now, this could be an even matchup here. Obviously, Essendon lost to Hawthorn, but let's be real, Hawthorn are premiership favourites, and Essendon were at least favourites to get into the top 8. Adelaide just absolutely smoked the living hell out of St Kilda. Honestly, the last time these clubs saw each other was also at Marvel Stadium last year, and Adelaide got over by 2 points. We're going to have to go Essendon here. Melbourne crowd, Essendon crowd at the MCG. Adelaide fans, depending if they travel to the game or not, I reckon Essendon will get the job done here. I reckon Essendon have a chance to get the job done, and that's why I'm backing in Essendon. Alrighty, 1:15 p.m. WA time, so 4:15 p.m. for Victorians. At the Adelaide Oval, we have Port Adelaide taking on Richmond. Now, from what we saw last week from Richmond, genuinely, it's wanting me to go Richmond here. Richmond looked so strong in that second half of their game against the Carlton Blues. They looked super strong. They looked very, very unstoppable. Lawler, absolute outstanding game. Seth Campbell finishing off the game with a little bit of enthusiasm. Port Adelaide just got absolutely thumped by Collingwood. They're legit 18th on the ladder. I don't know why, but I've got the urge to tip Richmond here, and I'm actually going to go with that tip. Richmond, genuinely, their young talent showed so much in the second half of that Carlton game. I don't know what I was thinking at the start of the year, putting Richmond at bloody 18th. They could genuinely have a rise. They could genuinely rise. Alrighty, to finish off the Saturday, we have St Kilda taking on Geelong at Marvel Stadium. Now, this seems to be an obvious one. Geelong, absolute powerhouses, I'll tell you what. I think Cameron kicked 4, I believe, on the weekend. Genuinely, it was an outstanding game by Geelong. St Kilda, on the other hand, at the Adelaide Oval, what a disappointment. What a disappointment by St Kilda. They could have at least tried to put up a bigger fight, but they just weren't able to. But Geelong, yeah, I reckon it's quite obvious. You have to go Geelong in these situations. Geelong just seemed to be the team to at least just flog St Kilda at this rate. It's 98 to 2% legit in the tipping on ESPN tips. So, like, yeah, we're going to have to go Geelong. All right, moving on to the Sunday at the Gabba, we have Brisbane taking on West Coast. Now, West Coast, that was an absolute embarrassment at Optus Stadium on Sunday. That was an absolute embarrassment. Brisbane, on the other hand, getting the job done in the grand final rematch of the SCG. Yeah, West Coast can't win. West Coast can't win. You're going to have to go Brisbane here. West Coast just showed an absolute embarrassment to the goal against the Gold Coast Suns. It was legit men versus boys running out there. Waterman's injured. He's got a calf injury, which is very, very unfortunate. We do not got a good goal kicker at the moment, other than Oscar Allen. So Oscar Allen's going to be the one stuck at the full forward. But yeah, West Coast, I expected more from in the Gold Coast game. Can't lie, I expected more. Definitely did not show. Disappointed as hell. I'm really disappointed in our gameplay. Genuinely, we're going to be the Wooden Spooners this year. I'll tell you what, we are going to be the Wooden Spooners. Alright, moving on to Marvel Stadium. North taking on Melbourne at Marvel. I just said that already. North genuinely put up a huge fight against the Western Bulldogs, and I genuinely do see them winning this game, but I also see Melbourne winning this game. It could genuinely go either way. This is my 50-50 tips. Jack Darling had an absolute great game in that forward line against Western Bulldogs. Melbourne, on the other hand, Clayton Oliver and Petrarca are back in their prime, and they're absolutely outstanding. But to be honest, from what I saw last round from both clubs, I really, really feel like I really want to tip North. But I'm going to go the safe tip and tip Melbourne. I might change my tip to North before the game. But, this is going to be a good game to watch. This is going to be an outstanding game to watch. Alrighty, and finishing off the round at Optus Stadium at Fremantle taking on Sydney. Shai Bolton could be back this week. Murphy Reid, 4 goals in 6 minutes in that third quarter against the Geelong Cats. Fremantle could get the job done here. Sydney as well. Sydney, it's really another 50-50 game. But obviously, Optus crowd, you really just have to go Fremantle. Murphy Reid to show off in front of the home crowd. Shai Bolton could be back, his club debut, in front of a home crowd. Generally, I feel like the safe tip is just to go Fremantle at this rate. The safe tip is to go Fremantle. I generally might change my tip to Sydney before the game, but at the moment I'm going to go Fremantle. It's really a 50-50 between both those last 2 games. It's a 50-50, so the round's going to finish off in amazing fashion. And buys this week, Gold Coast and GWS will have their buys this week. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was a short one. Thank you guys. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Can you hear me? SOS. Help me put my mind to rest. 2 times clicking, I'm not alone. A pound of weed and a bag of gold.